Love's checked in for Cleveland. Korver comes in for Dwayne Wade. The Spurs also changing it up. LaMarcus Aldridge, he's checked in for Laverne. And Kawhi Leonard subbed in for Kyle Anderson. Now here's LeBron. 8 points for him. Thompson dishes to LeBron. And they double him up with LeBron. Feeds to Love. But they get it back. The kick out to Rose. Love the pass to Rose. And another shot. Good work there as it goes.
You can see the athleticism and toughness. Rose becoming exponentially more dangerous the closer he gets to the rim.
And that one's good by Gabe.
You know, rough start for him, but he seems to have turned the corner here in the second period.
Timeout called, Cleveland. And LeBron James has openly stated very publicly, especially last year in the finals, he is chasing Michael Jordan. He wants to be the best ever.
And at this point, he might be top two. Jordan with 6 titles. Hard to see LeBron surpassing that. But just to be in the conversation with the GOAT is an achievement in and of itself.
For the Cavaliers, Channing Frye's checked in for Tristan Thompson. Jay Crowder comes in for James. And Thomas subbed in for Derrick Rose. Green, he's checked in for the Spurs. Now, here's Frye. Marcus Aldridge grabs the miss.
Well, he gets the separation he needs. You can't say the same for his aim, though.
Leonard kicks to Green. Back to Leonard. For 3, Murray. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Outside Korver. Outside Thomas. Down low. Frye dishes to Thomas. Count that one.
Wow, great concentration inside. Isaiah Thomas has got to time that shot perfectly, and his confidence is unshakable.
Now here's Murray. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Here is Korver. It's a 3-point game. Thomas with the ball. Now guarded by Murray. Launches a 3. Love, no good. San Antonio's gotten cold from deep in the second quarter. Just 2 of 6 from long range. Green passes to Murray. Here's Leonard. And that one comes up a bit short.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
And Frye kicks to Love. The kick out to Crowder. A second chance effort. Marcus Aldridge grabs the miss.
And that's really a function of the offense not working as it should.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's not how you capitalize on the offensive end. You simply have to be more patient.
Oh, and this is some serious showmanship. Loving that tomahawk right there.
Craig, he came with force, and that's not just about getting 2 points. That was sending, I think, a message.
He's missed everything he's taken in this quarter, and it's making it very difficult for them to come back.
Leonard with the bucket.
And he's got the athleticism and strength to be a powerful presence inside. Leonard never afraid to get in and mix it up down low.
And here's Frye for 3, and the first half is now in the books. It's San Antonio. They lead by 7. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks so much. Kawhi, you seem to be so at ease out there.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We're going to break down all the action from the first half. A pretty close game for the Spurs throughout the first quarter. At the end of the period, they held a 2-point lead. They stepped up their game in the second quarter, and the score began to tilt in their favor. It's now a 7-point lead for them here at the half. And Shaq, what are your thoughts on how San Antonio played?
I don't think anyone expected to see such a number from the bench. You know, I'm impressed. It was what they needed, the jolt they needed, Ernie. Wow, I never knew their bench. As a matter of fact, I don't even know any of their players coming off the bench. Man, keep going, bench guys.
And Kenny, what'd you see from Cleveland?
It looked like they were shooting threes blindfolded. Sometimes you could get cold, but that was atrocious. It was scary. But they also looked scattered out there, and I think that disorganization was the main issue for them missing those shots. They need to establish themselves better into a better rhythm in the second half and avoid relying.
Welcome back, folks. So much to do here in downtown Cleveland. And East 4th Street, right in the heart of it all. Spurs leading by 7.
Well, Cavs coach Tyronn Lue grew up in the small town of Mexico, Missouri. He saw it all at a young age, good and bad.
It's Love and Fry, the sharpshooting big men. Derrick Rose is out there with Kyle Korver. And it's Crowder in at the 3. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue. Cleveland with the ball. Pass to Fry. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And Coach Tyronn Lue credits the influence of his hometown on teaching him how to live life.
All right, Kev, he says it taught him the things to do and the things not to do in life. He was straight as an arrow during his pro career, never once got a technical in 11 years of playing. Quite remarkable.
And you look at last season for Channing Frye, some of the best shooting numbers, Doris, of his career.
I think all the more impressive, Kev, when you consider the personal adversity he weathered with the passing of both his parents. This guy is a true pro, understands the game, one of the best pick-and-pop big men in the league.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
The kick out to LeBron. A 3 off the mark.
And a really smart defender there. He just reads the play, wastes no time trying to blow it up.
Almost like he was anticipating the play call, right? You love the hustle.
Gasol dishes to Leonard. Shot clock at 6. Ring shot on the way. It's hauled in by Fry.
Well, they know not to leave him open for mid-range, and they're all over him on that shot.
LeBron against Leonard. Now here's LeBron. Not a lot of room. Gasol with the steal. Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession. And the Spurs with some changes. Laverne, he's checked in for Aldridge. Anderson comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Ginobili in for Green. Rose kicks to James. And they double up James. Stolen by Anderson. And now the fast break. Ginobili with the ball. And now it's a double-digit lead. And the Spurs lead by 10.
You can't forget about Ginobili's activity defensively. Does a great job of using his hands to come up with steals.
Love with the screen on Anderson. LeBron can't get it to go.
And you know what? He's just not on his game. No doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team. And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The Spurs shooting their first free throw this game. Thompson, he's checked in for Channing Frye. And San Antonio also making a switch. Mills is checked in. That free throw good from Laverne. Doris, so much talk about offense. How do you slow some of these guys down defensively? I mean, one way is to draw charges, but in thinking of that, who do you think is the best at doing that these days?
You know, Kevin, it can be a lost art in the game of basketball on any number of levels. You have to be willing to absorb contact, and sometimes from guys much bigger than yourself. So some of the names that come to mind for me, Marcus Smart with the Boston Celtics, Kemba Walker, always the smallest guy on the floor, is never afraid to give up his body. From the big guys, I'd probably say Maurice Spates or DeMarcus Cousins. Both are willing to cede that contact and try to gain an advantage going the other direction.
Yeah, they know they're going to take a hit, and they willingly take the hit for the betterment of the team.
Right.
Excellent, excellent box out there, keeping himself between the man and the basket.
LeBron with it. Picked up by Ginobili to the inside. Rose kicks to Love. Over Laverne. They need this. And the rebound goes to Pau Gasol. Gasol's got 7 rebounds in the game. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. And Laverne throws it down.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Thompson in the posts. He's up against Gasol. And Thompson kicks to Rose. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Rose has got 5 now.
And as he's tried to preserve his body to play a complete season, Rose has begun to lean more on that outside jumper.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Here's Thompson, and Gasol sends it back, and he gets it back. Shot is good, and the Spurs lead is cut down now to just 12 on the basket from Thompson.
Yeah, I think the activity level that Tristan Thompson plays with on missed shots is something every NBA player can learn from.
Mills passes to Laverne. Yep, it counts. He's got 7.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Outside Rose, expanding his range. No good that time. And there's the call on James. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. And the Spurs with some changes. Rudy Gay's checked in for Laverne. And it's DeJounte Murray in for Manu Ginobili. For 3, Murray, good on the 3-point shot.
And really the story of the half, one team shooting it lights out, the other, the lights are just out.
Yeah, that's right. You said it. They don't find a way to switch it back on. They're in trouble.
James sets the screen for Rose. James against Gay. LeBron dishes to Wade. Back to LeBron. Over Gay. Takes a big height bounce and goes in. And that's 10 points for LeBron.
LeBron was anticipating that catch and shoot. Nicely done.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And Cleveland again with the bucket.
Well, he just creates enough separation to get a quality look from the mid-range.
And Mills kicks to Gasol. Anderson passes to Gay. Mills dishes to Gasol. Anderson in the post. He's guarded by Love. Inside. Shot's good by Mills. Mills has got 5 now.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
And so it's the San Antonio Spurs riding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. We'll get right back to the action when we return. A chance now to hear Greg Popovich talking to his team just moments ago.
Everybody got to rotate, rebound, and pace going back.
And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the 4th. The Cavaliers trail by 15 on the court for San Antonio. Parker and Green are the guard set. Aldridge out there with Kawhi Leonard. And it's Gay in at the 3 slot.
Yeah, Thompson won't give you a steady diet of that mid-range, but every once in a while he might pull it out.
And stolen by Love. To the paint, here's Wade. Second shot opportunity, and Love gets it to go.
To me, guys, the possession there was all about the perseverance by Love on the offensive glass. Just a force to be reckoned with.
All sorts of time. The shot missing. Now San Antonio takes it the other way.
I'd say that's been the story of this guy's night. He can't get anything to fall.
Leonard, no luck.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
It's good, and the San Antonio lead is cut down now to just 8 points with the basket from Kevin Love.
Puts one in the eye of the defense. First triple of the evening.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
Yeah, you can't let this kind of run continue. Really need to go back to the basics.
No, exactly. I think it's impossible to let this momentum continue. Let's see what they can come up with in the timeout.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
During that break, Greg Popovich really had some strong advice for his team. It was pretty clear cut to them. He said, look, we need to play with some edge out there. I don't care what the lead is. Do not back off.
Thank you, David. Cavaliers have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. To the left side wing. Inside. And Thompson throws it down.
Okay, guys, not sure how many big men could have found that open man that quick. Great play from Kevin Love there.
Here's Aldridge. Here's Leonard. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. And the Spurs lead by 10.
Continuing to push the action and build this lead.
You can tell they've got their foot on the gas pedal right now. No slowing down. The defense starting to look helpless.
From deep, Rose. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound. Leonard's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Here's Gay. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Parker's got 4 assists in the game.
And with their hot shooting here in the second half, their field goal percentage over 50% now for the game.
And it's sent back by Aldridge. Now here's the fast break. Parker leading the way. And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
And what strength there by Parker. Be able to take the hit and still drain the shot in the process. He is just a remarkable athlete with tremendous finishing ability.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Jay Crowder's checked in for Love. Smith comes in for Green, and Thomas subbed in for Derrick Rose. Spurs also with the sub. Gasol's checked in.
Well, Thompson's athleticism allows him to finish with power.
Dishes it to Aldridge. Back to Parker. To the middle. And Aldridge gets it to go on the assist by Parker. 6 points for Aldridge. Doris, you went from the basketball court right to the broadcasting booth. Having seen the game now from an analyst perspective, what might you go back and tell Doris the player?
Yeah, I'd probably tell myself to throw myself completely into the vibe of the team, to never, even if I were struggling as a basketball player, to turn inward. I would always say turn outward to your teammates and invest in what's going on with the group, and then that seems to make everything fall into place.
And mentally, too, I think you've got to prepare and focus like you would as a player when you are broadcasting.
No question about it. Well, what he lacks in size for a typical center, he makes up for with all that athleticism. Boy, can he elevate.
There's a whistle, and it goes on Isaiah Thomas. That's his first foul. James checked in for Cleveland. Here's Leonard, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And how about the evolution of Leonard's game over time, from role player to full-fledged star, a dynamite also defensively.
And Kawhi Leonard, the only player other than Michael Jordan and Hakeem Olajuwon to be an all-star starter. Greg win the Defensive Player of the Year and win a Finals MVP award.
And Kevin, I think it's fair to say that's some lofty company to be in. You know, you're worried with the retirement of Tim Duncan. Would the Spurs go through a lull? And they found another two-way superstar to kind of build their team around, much in the same in terms of mannerisms as a Tim Duncan.
And LeBron James last season playing in his 7th consecutive NBA Finals. Doris, a streak only surpassed by the great Bill Russell.
And for context, Kevin, remember in the 60s when Bill Russell played, the finals were just the second round. What LeBron is doing is so much harder. To think that in 12 postseasons he has been to the finals 8 times, nothing short of astounding.
And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
Clearly a foul.
The first free throw is good. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Laverne, he's checked in for Gasol. Anderson comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Otto Ginobili's checked in for Green, and it's Mills in for Tony Parker.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Spurs.
It was like watching a three-point shooting contest tonight here.
And they just didn't seem to let up. Whether the last several shots went down or not, 3 after 3, it just seemed to pay off for them.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Kawhi Leonard.
Well, guys, this guy has been a handful all night long. His scoring really propelled them, and no matter what the matchup was or what the scheme they tried to use, they could not keep this guy in check.
In the corner, it's James, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by James.
That's miscommunication, and we rarely see that happen.
Bertanis, he's checked in for the Spurs. San Antonio with the ball. They have a 22-point lead. It's the most they've led by. 35 seconds left in the fourth. James kicks to Crowder. Good, and the assist goes to James.
Well, I'll tell you, great job by Crowder to free himself up, an aggressive interior scorer.
Ginobili, that's for 2. From out on the wing, he knocks it down.
I'll tell you, when you're the visiting team, it can be hard to maintain focus, but not tonight.
No, I think that they've been locked in during this game. They didn't let the opposing crowd get to them at all. This has been pure domination.
And guys, you got to ask, where was this effort when it mattered? The game's over now.
Right. Frustrating for sure, Greg. I don't think they'll be able to mount a comeback at this point.
Thomas passes to James. And LeBron throws it down hard.
And there's no question that James is one of the best dunkers ever. A forceful finisher who loves showing off his athleticism.
And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean,